Welcome back, guys, to the M News. This is another DVD update, and I got a little bit of movies here. I'm not big, nothing too brand new. Everything's actually really old, just, in DVDs, and I decided to buy them for the heck of it. So these are all pretty decently older movies, and the ones that came out early in the year, but hey, what can I say? I'm a late buyer, so here we go with the first part. Now, in Ohio, for me, there's a lot of places I wish I can go. I wish I can go to Fry's more often. I want to buy movies more for Blu-ray than DVD. But since I can only find these sort of movies on DVD, I gotta buy them from the time for what I got, and I only got a few stores out here. So first up, we got a horror movie pack, and that includes the remake of The Blob, Christine, Fright Night, and The Seventh Son. I've seen all these movies, and I gotta say my favorite out of all the four is still Fright Night. Such a classic vampire movie. Really enjoyable. Chris Sarandon is just awesome as the main vampire. I love that role of his. It was awesome, fun movie, just really fun, popcorn fun. Creepy moments too. But The Blob is probably the scariest out of all these. That stands out to me as the scariest. The Blob is really kind of creepy and freaky and kind of scary to think if it happened. But Christine's really good as one of John Carpenter's better later horror movies. And then you got The Seventh Son, which I didn't really care for, but it's came with it, so I can't really turn it down. I wanted it to get it mostly for Fright Night, but The Blob and Christine were a good addition to that as well. So if you really if you're interested, really cheap. I got it for like $10, $7 maybe, But I thought it was a cool deal, so I grabbed it. Here's a newer one from the year. It's an older... Well, not older. I'm sorry, it's late. A more low-budget horror movie. It's called Haunt, and it came out earlier this year, and it's directed by Mac Carter and written by Andrew Barrett. This is a horror movie jump scare mania right here. This is jump scares to the end, from beginning to end. All jump scares, no joke, legit. I actually almost cried at one moment because the movie's not great. Okay, the acting is decent for what it was. But the problem with this movie for me was just too much jump scares. There was a moment in this movie where I got kind of bored of the story, so I decided to check my my email. Okay, and I went and looked down for a minute. I was checking my email. A jump scare happened, and the thing was on pretty damn loud, and I jumped. Okay, I almost threw my laptop. It freaked me out so bad. I dropped a few tears. I was like, wow. Wow. I was like, yeah, it's not really funny. It wasn't really fun. It just fucking scared me. But yeah, Haunt is it's another one of those really low budget horror movies. I think if you're a big fan of the hauntings, there's like a scene in this movie or two scenes where you kind of get like, that's actually kind of creepy, but if you turn it down, there's no disappointment, no shame in that at all. I mean, it's not the best thing out there. So that was Haunt. This is some of the best guiltiest pleasures I think I can ever come up with. I absolutely adore these movies. I have a fun time watching them every Halloween. It's Alvin and the Chipmunks double feature. Meet Frankenstein and Meet the Wolfman. I prefer Meet Wolfman over Frankenstein, but I still enjoy them both. I think they're fun family films, especially around the year's Halloween, especially when there's not many Halloween movies to go out there and buy anyway, besides Hocus Pocus. There's not much horror movies out there for families to enjoy. And for the most part, these are really enjoyable, fun movies. There's no really... now you think about it, there's morals. There's a moral to both of these stories. I mean, it's nothing that pops out when you're watching it, but I think you'll understand it if you watch these. But if you're out there looking for a nice little family film to put on for your family, like the little kids, and just family have a little bit of fun, to popcorn in your face, just watch a good little Halloweenish flick. I mean, this ain't a bad thing to go for. Not at all. No shame in buying this either. It's really actually an enjoyable double feature. I'm glad I bought it when I did. Really cheap too. The Midnight Horror Collection. This is gonna suck probably. I mean, all these are probably gonna suck. These are probably the cheapest of the cheap movies made for the horror genre. We got here. It includes 8 movies. Hell Week, Maybe you can see it here. Do you think you can see that? You got Hell Week, The Dark, Dead of Night. Here, I'm going to keep it right there. Grimm, The Greenskeeper, Vampire Journals, The Familiar, Deadly Instincts. And I think I named them all. You only get 8 films. I think The Dark, not going to lie, The Dark, look at that. The Dark looks pretty sick for a low budget movie. I'm checking all these out, but I'm most interested in The Dark, the one that just pops out to me the most. So that's 8 B movies, low budget. I mean, these get sucked to the bone. I mean, oh, literally just so bad, so bad. But for cheap, why not? It was really cheap. I'm talking like $2 maybe, and I'm bored. So hey. Alright, and the last thing on the list is, if you've seen my Nightmare on Elm Street review, you know I've already talked about this, but it's the true story of The Conjuring. Not really the true story, but it's based on the family who actually were in the house at the time, and it's Andrea Perron, who is the oldest sister of the family, gives an interview, and there's a lot of interesting things they talk about in this interview. It's not really out there to scare you. It's not really scary. It's just an interview to talk about maybe some of the things that, what have you experienced? And hey, there's some interesting experiences she brings up in this, and there's some things that you won't even hear in the interviews you get in The Conjuring. So if you're interested in hearing a little bit more of the background story to the movie, I guarantee this will actually help a little bit. I bought it, and I think it was kind of enjoyable. I'm really interested in the story a lot more. I'm going to be buying the books, hopefully, House of Darkness, House of Light. But if you guys do come across it, you might give it a shot. Check it out. It looks pretty cool. It kind of is cool. I enjoyed very much of it, so that's that. And finally, the last thing on this list is I recently just found this like down in the basement. I've been wanting to bring it out. Stephen King's Storm of the Century for VHS. Really enjoyable movie. Too long in my taste, but I still had a fun time watching it. So get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of it once in a while. I enjoy Stephen King's writing and stories and movies. They're all very fun in my eyes. The main guy in this movie, creepy as hell. Creepy as hell. I'll stand by him. Creepy as hell. But that's it for this little DVD update. I will be buying more Blu-rays hopefully soon, and I will be posting them because I know I have not been doing enough videos for my 31 Nuts Halloween. But guys, that's my apologies to you. But guys, please subscribe, please comment, please like. Tell me what you guys think of all these little movies I brought up to you. What are your favorites out of all these? And guys, thanks for watching.